أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. So today's session is all about our PSW. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. So today's session is all about our PSW. أعوذ بالله. Sorry, it just started echoing. So today's session is all about how our PSW student has been able to secure pass his first interview with flying colors. So I'm Usman. First of all, I would like to know, how was your interview? All the things that I trained you, were you able to explain it to them better? Were there like any surprises for you? What happened? Explain it to me, please.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah, interview went very well with PFIT yesterday. So the way you taught me, whatever you taught me in the previous session, in the same way I talk with them. So when I told them their renewal of audit is coming up, so your current qualification is expiring in the month of September or August. So they were really very amazed. So the main thing actually they want me I should have actually the implementation of ISO 27001 in my previous roles, because whoever the guy he interviewed before me, so he was saying no one was now about the hands-on implementation with real life scenarios in the industries of ISO 27001. Everyone said that I just have the knowledge about theoretical knowledge of ISO 27001 implementation. So you are the one. So where actually we can say that you the way you talk with us, so you have the knowledge about ISO 27001 implementation in the industry. So Alhamdulillah, they actually, it's a remote role. They offered me to visit their sites in Paris. I think so, twice a month. So now I'm hoping the second interview date by the start of next week.
By the start of next week.
Yeah.
Essentially, like in UK, the market is full of various roles, right? So if you look at the UK job market, if I open like basically a job portal, right? Or if I just look at LinkedIn or whatever the case is, right? There are no, I would say, there is no shortage of jobs in UK right now, right? There's a ton of jobs. The ton of jobs are available. The only caveat is basically, what are you looking for and how you are preparing yourself. So if I just type in, right, cloud, right, and just type in United Kingdom, you will see there are 25,000 roughly jobs available, right? Depending on which role you're going for. If I remove the experience role, internship, entry level, associate, and mid-senior level. These are the levels which are like out of 24,000, roughly, I would say 21,700, like almost 22,000 are related to different roles, right? So you can see cybersecurity consultant, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this is in the cloud. It comes in cybersecurity, it comes in DevOps, and comes in different sectors, right? Most of them are remote. Like you see remote senior cybersecurity consultant, part-time, full-time, part-time. They're even looking for part-times. If you can look into here, you will see that they are asking for up to 125,000, depending on full-time, part-time. This is basically a consulting company, where you'll be working on different clients, right? So the more clients you work on, the more money you earn. So that's the normal salary of a consultant who has a couple of years of experience in UK in cybersecurity. Now, obviously, technologies are changing. If you have, and this is all, if you can look into here, this is all PCI DSS and cybersecurity certification, audit certifications. Audit can never be outsourced. You can't have an AI do your audit. No, it doesn't happen like that. AI can replace other jobs, but not cybersecurity roles, because there are so many things that are required, and you need an independent third party, a person to come in and do all of those things. What happens in the next 20, 30 years? No one knows. Will the technology eventually take it over all over the things? I don't think so. That's going to happen, because there are various other variables that we have to account for. So what I'm telling you is, like, in UK, there are a ton of opportunities for you. Whatever you learned from the university didn't help you out. What I taught you was you were able to pass your first interview. So if they ask you for the second interview, who is going to join in for the second interview? Was your manager, the hiring manager was there? The person you have to report to, Usman, or was he not there?
Sir, what at in the previous interview was asking about that person was present or not?
Yes, I mean the hiring manager, the manager under which you will be working. Was he there or not? How many people were there?
Actually, there was two people. One was the HR employee. Another one is it's a head of information security, I think.
Okay, so the head of information security, that means you'll be most probably working under the head of information security, right? So if he calls you in again, most probably there are two scenarios. Either they will call you in, or they might simply just, what did he said? Like, we may call you for a second interview or something?
Yes, sir. They were saying actually we have another candidate as well, so we will sit again. We'll discuss with other team member as well. So we will finalize by the Tuesday for inform you our
Okay.
final decision with our final
Here's the
decision on
thing.
Tuesday.
Here's the thing. You have to be relaxed because you went through your second or third interview right now, right? So
Yes.
there'll be lots of changes coming in. What I'm going to tell you is like, as soon as they ask you for the second interview, I will inform, we will do some role playing exercises, how to do this, how to do that, how to perform, statement of applicability, how to fill it out, et cetera, et cetera. So we will do all of those role playing exercises, the same thing that you have done here, that will give you more confidence to crack the interview, inshallah, right? The most important thing right now is your second employer. When is that interview happening?
So it is on, I think so it's on Monday. It's
On
Monday.
Monday.
This Monday is coming
So
Monday.
let's open your, let's open that document that you sent me last time. I'm going to open that and see what is your next employer looking for, right? So as I was saying, in UK, there are tons of opportunities for you. All you have to manage is basically see how you are positioning yourself in terms of like which positions you should apply for. Like if I look here and if I just type in ISMS, right, in UK, this is the information system, information security management system. You can see ISMS consultants, they command a very good salary. See, security consultant. This is exactly what they're looking for. So I'm not even sure how much they are going to offer you, but normally the ISMS consultant can range anywhere from 40,000 or above, right? If you type in cybersecurity, right, you will see more positions opening, almost 2,000 here, right? If you type in SIEM, like, or SOC, right, you will see more position opening. Now, if you type in cloud, then there will be more positions for you, 25,000. So since you're learning DevOps, and I'm not sure, like, if you have done SysOps as well or whatever the case is, like the SysOps advancement track, the diploma, this is going to help you because if you type in AWS, right, solution architect or AWS, you will see cloud engineer jobs. These are normally 99% of the time, the cloud engineer jobs are all remote, right? You can see this is cloud engineer, remote, AWS Terraform, which is mostly you're maintaining all the, I would say, templates, Terraform, desirable experience working tech company, et cetera, et cetera. And they are paying 50,000 to 65,000 per annum, right? And it's a shift, cloud engineer shift. So they will be working in different shifts, right? So on and so forth. So you can see there are some very, very good positions out there in the market. Let me open your document that you sent me last time so that I can see. So I'm not surprised about your success, Alhamdulillah, because I know exactly how you have to prepare yourself, right? I'm going to open this document that you sent me last time. So your next interview, I'm not going to name your employer right now. In the same document, it is mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying. What is the name of the position?
It's information security analyst. It's a graduate role. So
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay. Is this the role regarding also 27,001?
yes, sir. Internal, external audits, establishing and maintaining all information security documentations. With Perspectum.
This is in Northern Ireland, right?
No, not sir. It's another one. After that, sir, it would be on like, I think so.
After this one, I'm just looking at
It's on page number 9.
page number 9. Okay, hold on.
So it's starting from like page 11. The job descriptions is mentioned on page number 11.
I'm not going to name the client, right? The
Yes,
client
sir.
is yours. I'm just going to talk about the role. The role is information security graduate will work closely with our quality and regulatory affairs group, IT, legal, and engineering teams, right? So this role is very simple, participating in internal and external audits. So you'll be participating in internal audits and external audits. Internal audits, where you're performing risk assessments, IT GRC audits. It may be SOC, statement of compliance audit. SOC, one of the students, he asked me, what is SOC, right? I have taught you SOC in the course. Essentially, and we did some exercises of that as well in the form of ISO 27001. The SOC audit is coming. That is available in Cyber Defense Advancement Track, because that's where we have covered all the detailed evaluations of all the things, because diploma in cloud cybersecurity is just essentially a starting point of your career, right? But if you want to go and dig in deeper, then cyber defense is the one if you want to go in further. Now, for the statement of compliance, you have to design controls. You have to design controls. What are the key controls an organization needs to follow? So, for example, if it's a business, if it's an online company, a web developer, a retail business, or any other industry, they need to comply. They need to make sure that the systems through which the data is passing through or their financials reside is secure and compliant, right? And what they do is like, for any audit, you have to define the context, right? What is the boundary, right? So you define the context. That context definition is very important, because if you can't define the context, no one will be able to understand what is happening. So like for Muslims, the context is us, right? So the Quran and the Sunnah needs to be implemented on us. For any other person, whatever he's following, he needs to define his context. So for the business, they need to define the context. So like in this case, this is a role. And what does the company do? Let me check, at a high level. Were you able to write down what does the employer does? I mean, can you write down, give me the name of the employer? It's not mentioned here. Okay, I can see it. I can see it. Okay, hold on. So I'm just going to search them. So it's a company which delivers cutting edge digital technologies that help clinicians provide better care for patients. So it's with liver disease, diabetes, and cancer. So it's a company in the healthcare sector, first of all, right? And what they do is they have these different products which helps doctors, physicians, researchers to do their jobs in a much more defined manner. They deliver advanced imaging solutions and help doctors make better decisions, personalized care for patients, and ensure better outcomes, right? Unmatched integrated data intelligence. So they are providing data intelligence. What this means is there will be a lot of patient data, right? Residing on their systems, because they're providing the solution as a service. And that is the reason that this company requires basically, if I share my screen, I can share that with you, everyone, so that they can see. This is the company, right? Perspectum, right?
Yes.
So, right. So what they're doing is like it's a company that has been in the business. And if I type in Wikipedia. Company. What does the business do? What do they perform? I want to know. Unmatched integrated data. And so it's a data intelligence company. So primarily they are providing data intelligence, image solutions, fast and can offer more comprehensive diagnostic. I'm not even sure, like, if you know that this is a startup. So you can see that they are raising money, right? So they have a good valuation as well. It's based in medical equipment manufacturing, based in England, Oxford. One of the key innovations because of AI happening within this industry is basically utilizing machine learning and AI essentially to make decisions. So previously, machine learning, doctors, they have to look at an imaging report. It can be an MRI, it can be X-rays, it can be different reports, right? And based on that, they can tell the patient and diagnose the patient what is the problem with the patient, right? Because of the AI now, the doctors can make a lot of informed decisions if their diagnosis is right or not. So the AI doesn't miss a heartbeat, like it can detect, looking at the data of, because there are different patterns of cancers, there are different patterns of different diseases, different fractures, and AI can detect that fine print that we as humans can miss, right? So this company is in that business. So they are providing integrated diagnostic imaging services, right? So what this means is, for you as an information security consultant, or for any other person who wants to go in data science or whatever the case is, whatever we have taught you in different courses, and as I told all of you, go for AI ops or some of these tracks, study DevOps, SysOps, big data, AI, and blockchain. These are the 5 key tracks you must follow, if you really want to go into the industry in different verticals, right? Because you will see everyone is being connected now, because collectively you call them smart ops. Smart ops is a new field where DevOps, SysOps, DevSecOps, big data, AI, all of them, they combine, the crossover. Blockchain is also getting into there as well. What happens is that these technologies, you have to understand, Usman, the business first, is that they are gathering a lot of data. And based on that data, they have to make sure, like, they are recommending decisions. But they also have to make sure that their system is secure and compliant, because the data needs to be protected. Like OpenAI got compromised. It was leaking information about customers. AI cannot protect itself until it becomes sentient in a way that it started protecting it, started patching itself and whatnot, right? It's not there yet. What happens in the next 20, 30 years, we don't know, but eventually it will go there, but there's a good 50 years. A good 50 years, there's a gap. There's a good 50 years gap before it can jump from here to there, right? It takes time. So you need to understand the business first. This is the most important thing, because in your job description, they're asking for different things, right? So if I look at the job description, they're saying, as a security graduate, you will participating in internal and external audits, right? So you'll be participating in internal audits and external audits for cybersecurity, because they have to be compliant with respect to different regulations. And I'm going to show you what kind of regulations you have to comply, they have to comply with, so that you can understand and you can prepare yourself. Because Sunday is tomorrow, and then day after Sunday, I won't be live tomorrow, but after that, Monday you will have this interview, so you have to be fully prepared. So it says our information security graduate will work closely with our quality and regulatory affairs group. So there's a quality and regulatory affairs group, right? IT, legal, and engineering teams. You have to participate in different audits. So they will be performing different audits, different risk assessments. Then establishing and maintaining all information security documentation. Whatever documentation you have to comply with. So for example, ISO 27001 is the #1 requirement, which is the global cybersecurity requirement. GDPR is the European privacy requirement. What this means is they are selling this solution within Europe, right? So you need to make sure, as I told you, this is a digital imaging company, right? So they are providing these things as a solution, right? This is look at their products: liver multiscan, MRCP, cover scan. Haptica is AR/VR, right? This is the AR/VR where you can check all of this. Like haptics is a device, right? So this is the brain scan that they're doing, right? This is AI driven. You can see AI driven delineation of liver volume and individual choanite segments, right? So you can see they're using technology to do all of these things. So there's a lot of data elements happening, so on and so forth. What this means is there's a security and compliance issues, right? So if you go back, GDPR, CE marking. I don't know about this, but we can check this, what this is, and that will give us some information. CE mark indicates that a product has been assessed by the manufacturer and deemed to meet EU safety, health, and environmental protection. Oh, yes, yes, okay. Behind any equipment that comes into that is sold in Europe, you will see a small CE written there, right? So CE marking on mobile phones, right? You will see it on everywhere. If I search you will see it like this. You see on even like behind every phone, every device, every electrical device needs to have this. You see this? This is CE marking. This is mostly regulatory audit. It has nothing to do with you. You don't have to worry about it. But yes, you may have to perform certain, audits for that. So CE marking audits, right? So you have to make sure like it is compliant with respect to certain controls, testing procedures, so on and so forth. So this is the CE marking process. Identify the applicable directives, check the product's specific requirements, identify an appropriate route for conformity, test. This is mostly product quality assurance audits, right? It has nothing to do with cybersecurity. It may have some controls, but not that much. Then the next thing is FDA, Federal Drug Agency requirements. What this means is they are also selling this solution in USA, because any medical equipment, they need to go through the FDA requirements, the Federal Drug Agency requirements, right? This is something I know about because I've worked on that things. Never worked on the CE marking, but it's not that difficult. Information, IT, information security or governance experience. So you have that, right? This role doesn't require a lot of those things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, just look at their website and understand the career section, right? Because this gives you the insight what is happening within the company. So let's look into that. They have an Oxford, roles in Oxford, roles in Dallas. They have 2 offices, San Francisco, other locations. So we're going to look into all the locations possible, right? Just want to make sure what is happening. All right, so this is the Oxford office, roles in Oxford. So we're going to type in, search medical director, radiographer, payroll accountant, assistant, assistant, product quality assurance, locum nurse, registered nurse, clinical scientist, system engineer. This is what I would like to look at. Okay. Like to see what is happening as a system engineer. So DevSecOps. So they have a culture of DevSecOps, right? So your resume already has that experience, right? Usman, are you here or not? Is Usman here or not? Or is he just, is he dropped off? I'm going to explain this to him so that he is fully prepared. So Usman, you have to explain to them, you already have DevOps experience. So explain to them all the key things that you, in your last role at our place, you did work on CI/CD, build and release, continuous integration, continuous deployment, security engineering of the serverless first projects, right? And containerized heritage services, containerized services, this is where the Kubernetes and the Dockers comes in, right? So you already have that experience. You have experience in GitOps, the GitHub and all of those things. The AWS, not the Azure, but you can tell them, I have experience in AWS, but not the Azure. The Terraform, yes, right? In terms of building the templates, rolling out the solutions, checking the solutions, monitoring the solutions, right? Scaling the solutions, so on and so forth, right? So these are all the things that they're already working on. This is the site reliability engineer role, pretty much. So explain to them, you're good in Python, you're good in Bash, you're good in Jira, you're good in a couple of other things, right? Explain to them all those things. So do some work. It also talks about, the CIS benchmark, and also identifying and mitigating security vulnerabilities. So explain to them that you have experience in terms of working with vulnerability security, penetration testing, network penetration testing, cloud penetration testing, all of these things. And that is what you have to explain to them, Usman. This interview is being recorded. I know that you are at work right now. So hopefully you will be able to catch up with this thing later on, inshallah, once you're home. So I'm going to explain the whole job role over here. I'm going to search different jobs here as well to see what is happening. And if I can see more, and if I can gather more information, what is happening within the organization, business development manager, clinical project, business development analyst, so on and so forth. And then there's also San Francisco office, and then other locations, US file internship and other locations, right? Other opportunities, other locations. Okay, so this company is using a lot of technologies. This company is using DevOps, this company is using SysOps, this company is using data, science, AI, all of these things combined. And as I've been telling you guys from day one, that you need to learn these 5 key areas: DevOps, SysOps, offensive securities like DevSecOps. If you combine DevOps and DevSecOps offensive, then it becomes of DevSecOps, right? But then there are some other things as well. AI, big data, blockchain, these are the technologies you have to master because these things are revolutionizing the workforce. So, Usman, this is going to be an easy interview for you. They will be mostly asking you about how to perform audits that I've already explained to you, know the context, understand the solutions and the products which are under the scope, explain to them that the best way to perform these audits, check once and satisfy all requirements, is to have a unified security framework or unified compliance framework, where I can help you in terms of developing 27,001 controls, the CE markings, the GDPR, the federal FDA requirements, all of these requirements. So we just have one audit once a year or every 6 months, and we satisfy all the key requirements for all the products. This is known as Unified Risk and Compliance Framework. Explain to them about this as well. You can design these controls frameworks for them as well. This is a graduate role. Tell them you have experience, but you just graduated in masters as well. So if they are willing to offer you an opportunity, you can absolutely break the threshold and absolutely assist them in terms of meeting all the key requirements. I don't think that this company is compliant right now, right? Because they are working on certain things. If they would have been compliant or something like that, they would have mentioned that clearly on their website as well, but that is not the case. But I'm going to search one quick thing quickly, because they have a lot of solutions and products that they're selling. So Prospectum and ISO 27001, right? So this company, a guide to multi-organ MRI scan. No. So this company only needs to comply with these things. They don't have to be certified. They're not maintaining any certification, right? So Usman, I hope that this will help you. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can call me and you can ask me those questions, inshallah. I'm here sitting here for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to take some questions. So if anyone of you have any questions, they can raise their hands, and inshallah, I'll be able to ask. So just give me 1 minute. I'm just going to take a breather, inshallah. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, if anyone wants to follow, and if anyone is here to asking me, what should I study, If you can study, if you have 1 hour a day, you can study one track, DevOps, like cloud cyber diploma in cloud cybersecurity. If you have 2 hours a day over weekdays, study DevOps and advancement track. That comes with the cloud cybersecurity diploma courses. If you have 3 hours a day on weekdays, when I say 3 hours a day, if you're spending 3 hours a day on a weekday, on weekends, you have to spend 6 hours. Okay. Then you have to study DevOps and SysOps combined. If you have 4 hours a day, that means on weekends you have to spend more time, wake up way early in the morning, and then so that you can catch up, sleep early, wake up early. That's what you can do. If you have 5 hours a day, then study 5 tracks. It's not going to be easy. It is going to be very tough, right? So, but some people are doing it. I'm kind of amazed that they can do it, right? But they have an objective that they want to go into master's program whatsoever. So our programs are accredited and certified by EduCall. And if you study a level 3 diploma, there are no prerequisites. Level 4 diploma, no prerequisites. 5, 6, 7, there are no prerequisites. We don't have any level 8 diploma because that is equivalent to PhD. We don't want to go there. But what we are saying is that if you study these, that open doors for you in terms of going for opportunities, securing jobs at a much faster pace, and also being able to basically secure employment in a shorter amount of time. Because if you are in UK and if you have the PSW, you have 2 years to secure a job, right? And within 2 years, if you don't, you have to go back, right? Many of our students, successful students who completed our courses without even going through the exams, they went to UK, they started doing their bachelor's and master's, and they were able to complete, and then now they are in the industry. But those students who went to UK without any of those things, they were not able to secure jobs at they can't even score an interview. Forget about securing any job. The first thing you have to do is to go for the interviews. So all I'm going to suggest to you is, if you have to plan ahead, plan properly, inshallah, and then go forward. I'm going to open the floor now to ask some questions. If you have any questions, you can come to me. You can ask me in English, you can ask me in Urdu. I'm here and I will answer them back, inshallah. Okay. So the first question is from Uzair. Yes, Uzair, go ahead.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम फैसल भाई।
Walaikum salam. Yes.
अच्छा फैसल भाई, उज़ैर ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आपसे मेरी बात चल रही थी कुछ से रिगार्डिंग द जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज। और अच्छा, मैं 2-3 कंपनीज के साथ इस टाइम पर इंटरव्यू के डिफरेंट स्टेजेस पर हूँ।
From Uzair from Australia.
जी जी,
The one who is working on a 6-figure salary.
हाँ जी बिल्कुल।
Okay, हाँ ठीक।
तो मैं 2-3
शहरी में कुछ नहीं खाया, मैंने सिर्फ जो है ना, मैं शहरी में कुछ खा नहीं पाता, ठीक है। तो बहुत ज्यादा, हाँ, आज मुझे जो है ना, आज मुझे रोजा लग रहा है, ठीक है। और मैं इतनी सारी बातें करता हूँ कि वो शुरू के शहरी के फौरन बाद ना मेरी 5-10 पे शहरी बंद होती है, उसके बाद मेरी मीटिंग्स होती हैं, और इतना सारा समझाना पड़ता है स्टाफ को काम करवाने के लिए कि मेरा हाथ है ना बिल्कुल खुश्क हो गया, जैसे बंदा सहरा में नहीं होता, ऐसा फील हो रहा है मुझे। बोलो।
अच्छा, फैसल भाई, वो रैमजी में चल रहा था। रैमजी में तो मेरा जो एग्जिस्टिंग मैनेजर है उसने मना कर दिया। मैं दो इंटरव्यूज के बाद में वो क्लियर हो गए। 2 इंटरव्यूज जब उसने मेरे एग्जिस्टिंग मैनेजर से, हाँ,
छोड़ नहीं रहा तुम्हारा मैनेजर तुमको?
हाँ, वो उसने रिलीज करने से मना, उसने कहा कि अभी वो प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा है तो अभी 3-4 महीने उसको नहीं हम कर सकते। तो खैर, मुझे आई डिसाइडेड कि मुझे अब सिक्योरिटी पे मूव करना है। तो खैर मैंने और आउटसाइड रैमजी अप्लाई करना शुरू कर दिया था। तो मैं तकरीबन 2 से 3 जगह पर मैं इंटरव्यू के डिफरेंट स्टेजेस पर हूँ। मुझे 2-3
पहुंच भी गए? मैंने तो तुम्हारा सीवी दिया भी नहीं, मैंने 4 दिए हैं।
मैंने आपका वेट किया, बट फिर मुझे वो अर्जेंट रैमजी में जमा करवाना था, तो मैंने फिर खुद ही बनाकर
ठीक है,
मैंने
मगर मैं आई एम स्टिल वर्किंग ऑन इट। सो
हाँ, मुझे चाहिए, मैं वो आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करनी थी कि मुझे चाहिए, क्योंकि मैंने आर्जी तौर पर बना तो लिया, बट आई एम स्टिल नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट कि वो हो। अच्छा खैर, मैं जो आपसे बात पूछना चाह रहा था, मैंने इंटरव्यू में आपने अभी यूसीएफ का नाम भी दिया। मैं इंटरव्यू में इसको बहुत हाईलाइट कर रहा हूँ, इस पॉइंट को। ये यूसीएफ, ये जो यूनिफाइड कंट्रोल फ्रेमवर्क है, कि मतलब एक चीज को टेस्ट करो, बाकी सबको आपके लिए वो ओके हो जाएगा। तो मैं इस पे थोड़ा सा डिटेल्स चाह रहा हूँ, अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसा कोई पड़ा हुआ है, मैंने कहीं देखा था आपके लेक्चर्स में, कहीं है या कहीं से मिल सकती
There
है
is
ये
a
डिटेल्स?
yes. There's a complete course on it. The course is based on a cyber defense advancement track. It's there. ठीक है ना?
ओके.
It's not here, but I will give you a glimpse of it in the Diploma in Cloud Cybersecurity. I do give a glimpse of all the courses. ठीक है? You will be able to understand, but if you have to perform an audit, you can't do it until you go into cyber defense advancement track. If anyone who wants to go into any of these disciplines, like उसको अगर IT आर्किटेक्ट बनना है या उसको सोल्यूशन आर्किटेक्चर में जाना है, तो उसके लिए जो है ना डेवऑप्स, सिसऑप्स, साइबर डिफेंस और ना ये 3 ट्रैक्स उसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है?
साइबर डिफेंस हाँ कर रहा है.
साइबर डिफेंस वी हैवंट रिलीज इट. इस हफ्ते जो है ना मेरे सामने जो भी चीज़ आई थी, बिकॉज हमने एक पूरा पोर्टल नया बनाया अल्लाह फिर क्लाउड का, जिसमें तुम लोग कंटेनर्स लेकर लैब्स लेके कर सकोगे. यू आर आस्किंग मी ना कि भाई हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू डिजाइन द सॉल्यूशंस, राइट? सो इन द न्यू पोर्टल we will teach you how to design the whole architecture from ground zero. You have nothing, but you're building it on a cloud. It's all on the cloud, right? So there's a 3-tier architecture, a 4-tier architecture. 3-tier means like there are 3 segments of the network, right? There is web layer hai, app layer hai, DB layer hai, there is a SecOps layer jo hoti hai, and then there are different VLANs uske andar. There is micro segmentation in there. There are different systems residing. There are different solutions being implemented, right? So it's a complete network for you. There's a VPC stitching, there's a VPN to VPN pairing. There's a lot of complex things going on in there. We have delivered those things in the form of templates. So we have developed the network, but while developing the network, we are developing infrastructure as a code template. Because nowadays, everything that you see within the industry is being managed as a code. Those days are gone where they used to deploy solutions, hardware solutions, right? Organizations are now going towards hybrid model, yes, hybrid model, but they are moving faster towards the cloud. And even if they have their own cloud, it is still managed as infrastructure as a code, right? The difference between managing your own cloud versus on AWS is AWS provides you, basically infrastructure as a service, right? So you can say, okay, these infrastructure components are my components. You can, and they will just bill you for that. If you have your own infrastructure, then you need your separate team to manage that infrastructure, and then on top of it, the applications and the systems. So what organizations are doing is they're going towards the cloud, but they're going saying, no, we don't want that. We just want infrastructure as a service, which is known as IaaS. Then there is platform as a service, where they just buy the platforms. Then there is software as a service. Then there is application as a service. Then there is security as a service. Then there is anything as a service, right? Which is known as XaaS, right? So what they're doing is they're going towards that. So we are teaching you how to develop that complete thing. And if you want to develop that lab yourself, you can see how this is being developed. You can go and look at the code and touch the systems, but you can't do anything else. But if you want, say, I want to replicate this myself and run it myself in my own environment, then you have to buy the AWS credits from us. We will give you the template. You can, make it stand up. And if you need any support, the support will be there to help you out. That's a different company known as alnafe.cloud. So in the next few weeks, you'll be able to hit that and you'll be able to see. That is covering each and every industry vertical, basically networks, solution architectures, diagrams, everything, right? Whatever you can think of, it's there. Whatever you couldn't find, tell us, we will put it there, okay? Because there will be something that we don't have, right? But pretty much we are covering all the key industries and verticals. So what I'm trying to explain to you is, that's a different thing. But I can give you a presentation which you can learn, and I'm not going to say, okay, you're already studying sysops and DevOps, right? There is no need for you to do the cyber defense until you secure your job. So once you secure your job, then say, okay, I've secured my job. Now, alhamdulillah, I would like to invest, because you have to keep on studying. As I told you, you have to keep on studying. You're already
वैसे भाई अभी जितना पढ़ लिया ना, मैं रिक्रूटर से बात करता हूँ, वो जो भी मैं इंटरव्यूज दे रहा हूँ, वो इतने वो कहते हैं भाई तू क्या चीज है, तू देखिए सारी चीजें की हैं, मतलब कोई ऐसी वही
देखो,
होता है कि
तो
ये दफा डिफाइन करना उसको
देखो,
मुश्किल हो जाता है, बट
मैं तुम्हें एक चीज दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है ना, यू विल बी ब्लोन अप, ठीक है ना, कि व्हाट इज स्मार्ट ऑप्स। अगर मैं तुम्हें स्मार्ट ऑप्स दिखाऊं, तुम बोलोगे ये क्या चीज है, व्हाट इज स्मार्ट ऑप्स, ठीक है ना। तो इफ आई शो यू द स्मार्ट ऑप्स, राइट, देन यू विल बी के यार ये भी मार्केट में आ रहा है। देखो, एआई जो चीज आई है ना, एआई जो चेंज द थिंग्स, बट नाउ बिजनेस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो है ना, वो बहुत तेजी के साथ मल्टीपल चीजों पे हो रही है, ठीक है। सो जो चीजों पे मैं काम कर रहा था ना, यू नो, व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू, दो 2000, इफ यू गो बैक टू 2018 व्हेन आई लॉन्च्ड दिस प्रोजेक्ट, यू विल सी आई यूज्ड टू रेज माय हैंड्स, जैसे कि ये करो, ये करो, ये करो, ये करो, आई कीप ऑन डूइंग दैट। You know, this is comes from the Badu. A Badu came to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and he said, "What should I do?" He was a bandit. वो जरदारी की तरह आदमी था, he was a चोर था, ठीक है ना, he was like नवाज शरीफ, ठीक है। So he was like him. He said, what should I do?" Abu Bakr Siddiq didn't say to him, "Go and recite Quran and memorize it and follow it and do this and do that." No, he didn't. He said, "Do this." He said, "You have 5 fingers?" He said, "Yes." उसने कहा, नमाज पढ़ो। सबसे पहले अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह, बिलीव इन अल्लाह, तौहीद, नमाज पढ़ो, ठीक है ना। और उसके बाद जो है ना, ज़कात दो, हज करो, एंड देन देयर वाज और फास्ट करो। दीस 5 थिंग्स ये याद रहेंगी। उसने कहा नहीं, जस्ट फॉलो दैट, ठीक है ना। तो ये जो जो करप्ट लोग हैं ना, इनको इस तरह से बात करनी चाहिए, भाई ये 5 कर लो, उनको ये 5 भी नहीं पता, ठीक है, दोस्त, बाकी सब दूर की बात है। बट व्हेन आई टेल यू गाइस, यू हैव टू फॉलो दीस थिंग्स, फॉलो डेवऑप्स, सिसऑप्स, ठीक है ना, बिग डेटा, एआई, ब्लॉकचेन, इसके बाद तुम इसके आगे तुम करते जा सकते हो। बट थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग, एंड थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग वेरी वेरी फास्ट। आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू समथिंग। Industry is implementing smart ops. This is a new breed which is coming up, where you know, मैं आपको तुम्हें एक चीज दिखाता हूँ, सब्र करो। This is the digital transformation of you know, smart ops, or what is happening. I believe this is the video. Hold on. Because मुझे मिल गई। This is our track. This is already there. ये available है, ठीक है ना। This is already available. और इसकी ये हमारा मास्टर्स लेवल का ट्रैक यही है. This is the master levels track.
The future holds for your operations. Imagine fully automated business and operational processes emerging in a multi-speed orchestration, allowing you to launch new services at the speed of light. Imagine a preemptive and zero-touch world enabling autonomous operations unhindered by the force of gravity. Imagine cloud-enabled infrastructure supporting boundless elasticity. Imagine transforming your operations into a key enabler for driving business. Now, there is no need to imagine. The future is here. Amdocs Smart Ops fully automates your end-to-end business and operational processes for both planned and false scenarios, all in a cloud-native environment. Driven by the power of artificial intelligence, your systems can now predict issues before they accrue, preempting them with the optimal resolution, all with full automation and zero touch. The secret lies in 3 basic elements. See everything, both vertical and horizontal. Analyze all data sources to build patterns, predict the future, and drive automation of next actions across the ecosystem. Just like bringing balance to the universe, with Amdocs Smart Ops, all the parts function together in harmony, bringing you the future mode of operations. So, are you ready to launch? Start your countdown now. With Amdocs.
So yeah, this is one company which has come up with this thing, but there are more companies in the pipeline that are already doing that. None of the universities knows about this. ठीक है, ये जो universities हैं, they are way behind. They don't know this. This is my master's program in UK that I've been talking about since last 2 years. This is our master's program. Our master's program is so intense that you have to do DevOps, SysOps, AI, big data, and then there's a fifth element that you can add DevSecOps, or you can add any of those things, blockchain or whatever. That is and the level of learning is almost 40 hours a week. You have to do a lot of learning. Our masters is not going to be easy. It's almost going to be 1.5 years. But if you do these tracks and you pass the exam, and the exam, what is the exam? It's all MCQs and labs, right? So जो दुनिया में जो अब तुम्हें चीजें नजर आ रही है ना, देखो AI का explosion हुआ ना, the AI exploded, right? Was that the
जी
AI एकदम से, which jobs जो है सारी कौन सी market से एकदम से गायब हो गई? Resume development, it's gone. ठीक है ना, ये बनाते थे सब, ठीक है? Graphic designing is gone. DALL-E is there, right? Video animation, it's gone. मैं अभी हम लोग, what we are doing? We are using Bard and this Chat GPT and various other AI tools. We've been using that for quite some time. And basically, you just give them the pointers. I need a script on this, or this, or this, or this. That will tell you each and everything. So the AI is here to reduce the lower level jobs. But as the World Economic Forum said, you don't have to fear the AI, embrace the AI. It is going to wipe out many jobs. Almost 87 million jobs, 200 million jobs chali gayi market se. In the next 3 years, 300 million jobs are gone. It's already said by JP Morgan Chase and many other think tanks that are working on it, right? But it is going to create 1 billion jobs. Now you're thinking, yaar, ye tum jobs mitari kaun si? Automation is going to eat up lower levels, but it's going, because the upper levels mein cheezein bahut complex hain. Bahut complex hain. For AI to manage all of these things automatically, it's not there. But you can, like there's you work in infrastructure, right? There's infrastructure. Then there is DevOps, software development, application development, all of these different areas, right? Applications are there, they're creating, throwing out errors, messages, this and this and this. Now, there is no need for multiple teams. All these teams can work under one roof, right? And only people who can understand the collective wisdom of these things will be able to sit there. So they have to upskill themselves. That's why World Economic Forum ne kaha hai, that's why they said, you need to, upskill 1 billion people to fill the void. But here are the problems. The problems are there are wars going on, there is shortages of many things, right? So this is not the perfect world. So organizations will already start implementing these things. So just तुम्हारे जो बंदे ने तुम्हें रोका ना, तुम्हारे manager ने कि भाई I'm not going to let him go, right? Eventually his job will go away. Right? His job will go away in the 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, because digital transformation, he kept on using the word digital transformation. Digital transformation is the key driver, because that is going to drive everything out, right? Organizations, the CIOs, they love digital transformation. I have been a CIO myself. They love digital transformation. If I show you the digital transformation जिस पे मैं काम करता था, ठीक है ना? So my roadmap for digital transformation, right? If I show you that, you will be surprised. This is how the CIOs think, right? So transformation. Hold on, let me show you something. Back in क्या कहते हैं उसको, 2018, I sent a presentation to Pakistani government that this is how digital transformation program at a national level, how it should be. This is digital transformation roadmap. ये 2018 का है, ठीक है ना? A unified integrated management system. This is a stage gate process for cybersecurity, IoT framework, cybersecurity framework, privacy, cloud security controls, vendor due diligence, service management, business continuity, disaster recovery. Do it yourself. Open source, open source, open source. This is what I said. Threat prevention. This is the Unified Security Operations Center. Threat detection, incident management, selling cybersecurity to various departments internally, right? Governance. How do you establish that? Governance system compliance, business continuity, government identity management systems, security management systems, right? Security architecture, project delivery, legal human resource, emerging technologies, all of these things, they have a role. They have a role to play, right? This is AI, big data, DevOps, SysOps, AR, VR, SCADA, software-defined networking, all of these things, right? And you know what happened? They hired a person उसके बड़े बड़े बाल थे, बस छोटे बाल थे, कभी इधर घुमाए उधर घुमाए बाल, वो आ गई बस बंदी, क्या नाम है इसका पता नहीं, तानिया इदरोस। शी केम पाकिस्तान में, शी स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट स्टफ, शी डिडंट न्यू एनीथिंग, और उसको बिठाया, 8-9 महीने 10 महीने उसने काम किया, उसके बाद वो छोड़ के चली गई, और उसने अपनी कोई कंपनी बनाई, एंड देन शी स्टार्टेड गेटिंग फंडिंग एंड एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस। This is the roadmap I implemented for the Canadian government and many other organizations. This is what the CIO does. The CIO, the data scientist, works under the management of CIO. The CIO owns the whole organization, the whole digital transformation. That's his bread and butter, right? The data scientists, the IoT guys, the DevOps, the SecOps, the cybersecurity, the compliance, the legal, the enterprise risk management, everyone comes under the CIO. So my vision is a collective wisdom of everything that I've worked for. But if you talk to a data scientist, बोलेगा data science पढ़ो, भाई data science क्या पढ़ो? हमने इंडस्ट्री में कहाँ पर काम किया? सर उसके पढ़ो तो सही, क्रेडेंशियल पढ़ो, कहाँ काम किया, पता चलेगा उसने कोई काम नहीं। बट वो बस लिखता है मैंने 4 किताबें लिखी हैं, मैं डेटा साइंटिस्ट हूँ, डेटा साइंटिस्ट। भाई कहाँ, किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में पढ़ना? What is the context? Where are you going to implement the data science? You implement the data science on systems, on applications. जिस तरह ये लड़का जो है प्रोस्पेक्टा में जा रहा है, what are they doing? They're using data on medical technologies, but they need to secure it. ठीक है ना? They need to be compliant with it, right? So that is the key wisdom which is missing in the industry. And our master's programs is so intense, ठीक है ना, that it will crush you. So that's why I'm telling everyone, भाई पढ़ के आओ फिर करना, वरना पर मुश्किल होगी तुम्हें, क्योंकि वहां पर once you're in UK you don't have enough time, तुम्हारा टाइम नहीं होगा, फंस जाओगे तुम, बोलोगे यार काम पे जाऊं क्या करूं, ठीक है ना। लेकिन तुम्हारे पास ये क्वालिटी होगी कि तुम बैठ के भी, घर से भी बैठ के पढ़ सकते हो, कहीं भी बैठ के लेक्चर सुन सकते हो, प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो।
नहीं, वो पढ़ने का तो मेरे बिल्कुल मसला नहीं है, वो मैं कंटिन्यू करूंगा।
हाँ, तो मैं तुम्हारे लिए आई विल प्रिपेयर योर रेज्यूमे, आई एम ऑलरेडी वर्किंग ऑन इट बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी यूनिक वन। योर्स एंड
मुझे
Aris is different.
मुझे ना मुझे मेरी रिक्रूटर से बात चल रही है, एक EY में भी ऑप्शन अपॉर्चुनिटी है और एक डिलॉयट में ऑप्शन है, तो उसके लिए मैंने आपकी CV रखी है, उसको मैंने कहा था कि मैं नेक्स्ट वीक में भेजूंगा, तो वहां मैंने नहीं भेजी वो।
I'm going to mention unified risk and compliance.
हाँ,
ठीक है।
अब दूसरी बात ये है कि मैं एक
डिलॉयट
कौंसल के
वाले
साथ
तुम्हारी टांगे दबाने के लिए आएंगे, ठीक है।
ठीक है। अच्छा, अब ना मैं एक कौंसल के साथ इंटरव्यू में हूँ, 2 इंटरव्यूज हो चुके हैं, तीसरा इंटरव्यू है नेक्स्ट वीक, उन्होंने कहा था कि मैं बताएंगे, तो उस पे मैंने उनको यूनिफाइड उसका कहा था US UCF का, तो वो थोड़ा सा आप मुझे कुछ ना कुछ मवाद दे देंगे जो मैं थोड़ा पढ़ के चला जाऊँ।
कब है वैसे, when is it?
प्रोबेबली अभी इसने कंफर्म नहीं किया, वो कह रही थी कि हमारे साथ एक वर्चुअल सीसो काम कर रहा है, मैं उससे मंडे को पूछ के कंफर्म कर दूंगी, प्रोबेबली वेडनेसडे को होगा।
Let's do that session on Monday.
ठीक है।
Okay. So Monday session we'll start with you, and I will tell you the UCF. That will be a UCF master class, the same class जो मैंने काजिम को दी थी, काजिम जो तुम लोगों को जिसने सिस्टम्स पढ़ाया है, तो उसके साथ मास्टर क्लास थी, and he got promoted, right? अब वो और ऊपर चले गया अपनी कंपनी में, अब वो सारे सिक्योरिटी ऑपरेशंस और डेटा ऑपरेशन सब संभाल रहा है, so he's managing that. I will do a master class for all of you that will help you inshallah. Okay.
ठीक है, बस एक छोटा सा एक सवाल है, बस आखिरी में जवाब दे दीजिएगा कि इंसिडेंट रिस्पांस में जरूरी तो नहीं है ना वो सीम के थ्रू ही किया जाए, वो आप ये एंड पॉइंट की जो किस टूल्स होते हैं जैसे क्राउड स्ट्राइक फॉल्कन वगैरह हो गए, ये भी इस पे भी आप कर सकते हैं ना?
Incident response requires a process. There's a ISO 38000 something standard for incident response. If you look at that thing, tools only help you so far, but you need to have a process, right? So you need to understand the process. SIEM plays a part in incident response. DLP plays a part in incident response. Data analytics plays a very important part in incident response, right? Now AI is playing a key part in terms of simplifying things for you, right? So incident response has a big domain. So agar unko koi establish karna hai, depending on the size of the company, the size of the organization, it all depends on that. Then you have to figure out what should be done for the incident response, right? If it happens on the web servers, you need to collect the logs, you need to review the reports, you need to contain the compromise, you need to do micro segmentation. Don't turn off the systems immediately, just micro segment them. Means like you It is sitting there, but if it's in the cloud, that's where you can do micro-segmentation. तुम networking के आदमी हो ना, you can only do this on
जी।
software-defined networking. अगर एक ही VLAN पे सारी machines बैठी हुई हैं, बीच में firewall लगा सकते हो।
अब तो मैंने सुना सेगमेंटेशन भी फायरवॉल्स के थ्रू हो रही है, क्योंकि मैं ये पढ़ रहा हूँ, ये काफी इंटरव्यूज में पूछते हैं सेगमेंटेशन का।
Micro-segmentation happens the best in the cloud.
हम्म,
I mean, it's on because you can only do this in software-defined networking, not in the hardware. So Cisco ACI does that. Juniper Contrail does that. I'm not sure about where they are right now. Cumulus Networks, open source, they do that, right? Open Daylight Project, they do that. All of these networking things can only happen in software-defined networking because you need the data plane and the networking plane, so on and so forth, right? That's where you can do. If it's a hardware-based firewall where interface connected hai, wahan par hai, you can't do it there. It's very difficult, right? But that's where you do. So you put a micro-segmentation, you put a bubble around it and say, something is wrong. We need to put the system out. It has been compromised. Let's see what happened in there. Review the logs, the application logs, the network logs, the system logs, the perfmon, different kinds of, matrices needs to be reviewed to understand what happened, where it happened, how it happened, all of these questions. The DLP, was there any data being leaked out or not? There's a solution known as user behavior analytics, known as Observe IT. You have agents installed on every machine, and it monitors every activity happening within the machine, both at the CLI level and also at the GUI level as well. So there's a lot of things you need to review for the incident response. हमारी जो 15th of May से हमारी internship program जो शुरू हो रही है, we will be talking about all of these things. The date is I have to see. First of thanks me the first of them. हमारी जो internship है ना, it's starting. आज मुझे वाकई में रोजा लग रहा है. 15th of May is the time our internship is starting. So if you come in there, you will find me, and I'll be implementing these things on real systems. So you'll be able to see, right? So that will help you prepare yourself for the exams, because the exams for our diploma programs will start from June. You don't need to pass the exam if you're already working, but if you want to go out, अगर तुम्हें बाहर जाना है, पढ़ना है, exemption claim करनी है, then go for the exam, right? In your case, you don't have to. You just prepare yourself, get there, get those things done, and okay. जी नुमान साहब बोलिए, बिस्मिल्लाह, क्या सवाल है आपका?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाह। यस
सर, मुझे आपसे ये पूछना था। सर, मैं डॉटनेट डेवलपर हूँ, ऑलमोस्ट 3.5 साल एक्सपीरियंस हो गया मुझे, और 27 मेरी एज है, और सर मैंने अभी ग्रेजुएट नहीं हूँ मैं। और सर मैंने आपके ब्लॉकचेन एडवांसमेंट ट्रैक्स में एडमिशन लिया था, लेकिन मैं अमाउंट की वजह से कंटिन्यू नहीं रख सका था। लेकिन मैंने अपनी लर्निंग कंटिन्यू रखी थी ओपन सोर्स जो रिसोर्सेज हैं वहाँ से, लेकिन मैंने फिर भी वहाँ से लर्निंग तो करी, सॉलिडिटी वगैरह और उसकी नोड.जेएस के जरिए इंटीग्रेशन। और सर, अब मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि अभी जैसे मेरा ग्रेजुएट नहीं हूँ और 27 ईयर्स मेरी एज है, तो अभी मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? और डॉटनेट डेवलपर मेरा बैकग्राउंड है।
There is nothing for .NET right now. Okay, there is nothing there that you can do anything like that. You have to study DevOps, SysOps, cloud technologies. पढ़नी पड़ेंगी. You have to go into, I mean, work as an affiliate. काम करो उसके ऊपर, मेहनत करो. Go out and get it done, right? So you have to work hard. There are no shortcuts. I can tell you right now, there are no shortcuts. So you have to work hard. जाओ affiliate के प्रोग्राम में काम करो. Work as an affiliate. Gather your fee, gather all of those things, and then go in and then do what you have to do. Study that. That's all what I can tell you. I mean, and if you have to study the tracks, don't learn blockchain in isolation. Do it infuse with the cloud technologies. Like there's a student of ours, Mamoon Bashir. I'm working on his resume. I wouldn't be surprised if he secured a very, very good job very fast, like within few months' time, outside of Pakistan, right? So you have to study. This is all what I'm going to tell you. You have to work hard, पैसे जमा करो, मेहनत करो. .NET में there is nothing in .NET, but it will help you in some way or the other. Yes, go ahead. Next question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. Ji.
Sir, being a beginner, what will I do to get the job? Because there is a lot of pressure. Parents की वजह से कि do something and earn. I am studying intermediate का student हूँ मैं अभी जो है ना मेरी 12वीं के एग्जाम होने हैं अभी यही कोई जो है ना 1.5 महीने बाद तो will I do because मैं जो है ना EIT की फील्ड के दरमियान ना बहुत ज़्यादा confused still confused. What will I do CAT and CSOP DevOps because I have no knowledge about these. So what will I do?
इसके लिए मैं बहुत दफ़ा बता चुका हूँ, मशवरा दे चुका हूँ, all of those things. ठीक है? घर वाले अगर तुमसे कह रहे हैं, they're saying कि go and do some work, they are right. You should have been working on something long ago, like tuition पढ़ा रहे होते, कुछ भी कर रहे होते. You should have done all of those things, but खैर, you never did it. There's affiliate marketing for you. You can earn some money from there and then invest it back in your studies. This is all what I'm going to suggest to you. ठीक है? And then what should you study? Intermediate, you are in the intermediate, you're going for the exams. I would suggest you to, as per your financial condition, study either DevOps or SysOps or combine them together. And you'll be able to apply for UK visa for all of these countries outside of Pakistan or wherever you are. And you should be able to then go for a bachelor's final year, right? So that is what can help you. But what you should study, how you should study, all of these things have been mentioned many, many times on our website. You should follow that. मैं आपको यही कहूँगा. Okay. There is a student who asked this question on the stream. I'm enrolled in DevOps, SysOps, and AI combo, advancement track. I'm studying daily 8 hours. What should I plan now? Should I prepare myself for EduCall exam first or the job first? I would suggest you submit the EduCall exam fee so that you have something on yourself. There's a sword hanging. Talwar latak rahi hai. White Hat 420. White Hat 420, where are you? Are you sitting here? If you're sitting here, you can come in front of me and say, bhai, I'm the White Hat security. Again, I would like to talk to you. So I'm going to open the chat as well here, ताकि लोग उसमें सवाल पूछ सकें. So you have to register for the exam so that you know कि यार exam देना है. I have to go for the exam. You have 12 months. Once you pay the fee, you have 12 months to go for the exam, right? And you need to do that while doing these tracks, because if you lose the, if you complete the tracks and then you go for the exam, you can't go for the exam because you need the access to the portal. The exam is held in the portal. So it's best to pay the fee. And as you're going through, because there are many elements of the exam, there are MCQs. So at least keep passing the MCQs, right? Keep passing the MCQs. MCQs are conducted, they will start happening from June 30th of 2023. You will then be assessed on a daily basis. You can go for as many MCQs as you like. The MCQs are conducted like this, कि तुम एक दफा तुमने MCQ किया, you attempted the MCQ. The first attempt you scored 40%. ठीक है यार, 40% आ गई. ठीक है. The second attempt, same quiz you attempted and you were able to score 60%. अच्छा चलो ठीक है यार, सही है. ठीक है. The third time you attempted, you were able to score 85% because you need 85 to pass. So your average will be taken out, 40 plus 50, for example, plus 85, right? So now I will average it out over 3. Then you get 58% score. That is your score for the MCQs. ये तुम्हारा 58% average score आ गया. And that is what we do. So MCQs को pass करना आसान है. You just have to make sure that you go through the MCQ properly. You understand that, right? Then comes the assignments. The second is the assignments. Assignments मिलेंगे. You have to prepare yourself, and it's best कि तुम करना शुरू कर दो, because in your case you have to go through at least 4,000 MCQs, and that's a lot of MCQs, right? Yes, Sarah, I'm joining. I'm joining. And then last comes interview and presentation. You need to sit into the virtual classes, live virtual internship classes, so that where I will be training you, giving employees work and whatnot, projects, and they'll be attempting those projects. And when they're doing those projects, you will be able to see what they're doing and how they're doing, etc., right? So there's a lot of work. So if you start right now, you will be in a much better position to go for the exam, right? Because exam requires multiple things. There are lots of MCQs. It's best that you start doing 50, 60, 100 MCQs every day so that you can see lecture देखा MCQ किया, lecture देखा MCQ किया, फिर उसका assignment जमा करा दिया. After doing the labs, there's a lot of labs. Because when you go for the interview, they're not going to ask you कि तुमने क्या पढ़ा. They're going to ask you, this is what we did. This is how we do work. How would you perform this work? And if you have done the same thing, तुम उसको बता सकोगे, this is how I completed my work, right? That's what you have to do. So register for the exam right now, because the exams will start happening from June. You know, the course will be open, the exam course will be open. So you can go in and start doing the exam course, right? Every topic you learn, you will be questioned about that topic. हर topic का quiz है. I'm saying topic. So अगर एक chapter में 50 topic हैं, 50 quizzes हैं तुम्हारे, right? So work on that. This is not going to be easy. You really have to work hard, okay? Because उसमें pass fail तो हमारा average के ऊपर है ना. It's easier for you, but you still have to put the extra time in going through all of those things. Bismillah. Okay, so I will take one more question, then I have to go. Ji Numan साहब बोलिए. Go ahead, Numan साहब.
हेलो सर, मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है आपको?
जी आ रही है, बोले. आ रही है, बोलिए.
जी सर, मेरी अभी आपसे बात हुई थी. मुझे एक चीज़ और पूछनी थी सर. मैं पब्लिक ब्लॉकचेन की मेरे पास नॉलेज.
अगर बात हो गई तो बस दैट्स इट. अब मैं आई हैव टू गो फॉरवर्ड. अगर बात हो गई. जी मुजम्मिल महमूद साहब बोलिए. अयाज हुसैन साहब आप बोलिए. गो अहेड.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम सर, क्या हाल है?
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह. जी
अच्छा सर, मेरी आपसे पहले भी बात होती रही है, आज तो नहीं, लेकिन मैं डेवऑप्स के स्टूडेंट था. मैंने आपसे सिर्फ सवाल ऐसा नहीं है, डिस्कशन ही है. एक तो यूके के लिए सर, जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं यहाँ पे, उनके लिए कोई कंसेशन ऑफर करें प्लीज. मतलब अगर कोई 1-2 ट्रैक लेके पढ़ना चाहता है तो उसके लिए थोड़ी सी कुछ रियायत.
देखो यार, जितना मुझसे हो सकता था ना, जितना मुझसे मेरी जो कैपेसिटी थी, मैं उसके हिसाब से कर लेता हूँ, और जितना मुझसे हो सकता है मैं उसको करता हूँ. जो चीज़ मेरे हाथ में नहीं है ना, वो मेरे हाथ में नहीं है. ट्रेनर्स को पैसे देने पड़ते हैं, ठीक है. ट्रेनर्स नीड्स टू बी पेड. यू हैव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू अर्न थ्रू एफिलिएट प्रोग्राम एंड व्हाट नॉट. एफिलिएट प्रोग्राम में लोगों ने अपनी फीसें निकाली हैं, लोग निकाल रहे हैं, अपनी बैंक स्टेटमेंट्स बना रहे हैं. दे डूइंग दैट. सो मैं तुमको यही मशवरा दूंगा कि जो मेरे इस्तात में है मैं कर रहा हूँ. बिकॉज इफ आई डोंट पे देम, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर मी. नो वन वर्क्स फॉर फ्री, ठीक है ना.
नहीं, आपकी ऑफर्स भी तो आती रहती हैं सर.
द ऑफर्स आती हैं, वो ऑफर्स जो है ना, जो हम लोग बनाते हैं, वो आती हैं तुम्हारे पास. 15% ऑफ आ जाता है. अभी ईद सेल मंडे से लग रही है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट. तो तुम्हारे पास होगा, यू हैव दैट. दे इन 70 कंट्रीज, आज जो मुझे बताया गया, इन 70 कंट्रीज they will start offering these coupons and whatnot in 9 countries every week. So 18 countries में every week coupon आ रहा होगा, ठीक है ना. तो समझो कि in a given month, ठीक है, they will be offering these in 70 countries. These coupons, you can avail them. You can get the discount. The more you registered, the more discount you will get, ठीक है ना. The combined you registered, then you get more discount, ठीक है. Whatever individually लोगे तो उसका मुझे नहीं पता कि क्या है, ठीक है. बट द पॉइंट इज, माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज, तुम बोलोगे यार कंपनी के सीईओ है, इसको सब कुछ नहीं पता. आई डोंट नो एवरीथिंग. देयर इज अ रीजन सीएफओ बैठा है ना, सीएफओ का काम है. माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज कंटेंट, लैब्स, पार्टनरशिप्स, ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, ठीक है ना. फाइनेंस में क्या हो रहा है, क्या नहीं हो रहा, वो मुझे मंथ के आखिर में बता दिया जाता है, ठीक है ना. बट वो, और वीकली सेशन भी मुझे वो लोग अप्रेस करते हैं. बट मैं ये नहीं पूछता कि भाई वो फीस क्या है, ये फीस क्या है. हाँ, ये मुझे पता है कि एफिलिएट प्रोग्राम है, लोग उसमें पैसे कमा रहे हैं. यू कैन डू दैट, ठीक है. सो ऑल आई कैन से इज कि तुम्हें इसमें मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. दिस इज ऑल व्हाट आई कैन टेल यू.
सर बात पता है क्या है, देखें अभी मैं आपकी एज का ही हूँ, मैंने आपसे पहले ही बात की है. अब मैं टॉप से नीचे जा सकता हूँ, लेकिन मेरे लिए नीचे से बैच स्क्रिप्टिंग करना और ये पाइथन में ऊपर ये सारा कुछ ऊपर आके
देखो
इसको अचीव
again,
करना, सर थोड़े इसमें ना मैंने फिर आपको रिक्वेस्ट भी की थी कि मुझे इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम के लिए जो है ना
हाँ,
उसमें
internship is starting, you will be able to get in. देखो, age doesn't matter. If you think यार age is going to impact you, ठीक है ना, that is not the case. Age is not going to impact you. What defines you, देखो, when you go for the interview ना, they will ask you if you want to go for the cloud. Yes, you go for the cloud. If you go for the security consulting, you can go for the security consulting. But if you think कि यार मैं बूढ़ा हो गया हूँ, I can't do all of these things and मैं जो ना मतलब कि मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, that's wrong. ठीक है? So you're a young guy, माशाल्लाह, ठीक है? I think the problem is something else. मैं तुमको उसके ऊपर बता भी चुका हूँ. You need to have faith in. देखो, तुम्हारी सिचुएशन जो थी ना, the same situation is was with साजिद, जो जिसकी ओकाडो में जॉब हुई है.
सर बड़ा बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि वो देखिए बड़ी सिंपल
देखो सुनो
अप्रोच
सुनो सुनो, देखो उसका he was very frustrated. He was more frustrated than you because he started fighting with me online. ठीक है ना? सही है. तो उसको मेरे पास आया, उसने मुझसे बदतमीजी की. मैं इसकी बात सुनता रहा. मैंने कहा देखो बात सुनो. उसने कहा नहीं ये नहीं होगा, वो नहीं होगा, ये नहीं होगा. मैंने कहा भाई तुम कोर्सेज कंप्लीट कर लो, मैं तुम्हें एक कोर्स दे रहा हूँ, जाओ कोर्स कंप्लीट कर लो. ठीक है ना? उसका वो आके उसने PSW कर लिया, कोर्सेज नहीं किए थे. फिर मुझसे आके लड़ा था मेरी जॉब नहीं हुई. मैंने कहा PSW आ गया? कह रहा हाँ हो गया. होते हुए उसको 1.5 साल हो चुका था, 6 महीने लग गए थे उसके. ठीक है ना? 5-6 महीने लग गए थे और वो बहुत परेशान था. मैंने कहा भाई तुम्हें बड़ा आसान तरीका है, तुम क्या कर रहे हो, फॉलो दिस. ठीक है ना?
मैं आपसे मेरा एग्रीमेंट इसी बात पे है कि बहुत ही सादा सा अप्रोच है, बड़ी सिंपल सी एक चीज है. CCSD पढ़ के, कैट पढ़ के लोग बड़े मजे से जॉब लेके बैठे हुए हैं. मैंने बड़ा बड़ा मैं इसको एडमायर, मतलब एक किस्म का एडमायर करता हूँ. ये बड़े मेरे लिए थोड़ा सा होता है जब एक चीज को करना शुरू करते ना, तो वो आगे से उसकी कॉम्प्लिकेशन शुरू हो जाती हैं.
देखो
मतलब वो
मैं तुम्हें एक मैं शॉर्टकट किसी को बोलता नहीं. ठीक है ना? बट आई एम टेलिंग यू राइट नाउ. बट अगर कोई और सुन रहा है, आई वुड नॉट रेकमेंड देम दिस. ठीक है? आई वुड जस्ट टेल यू टू डू. असूल फिक के अंदर ना, इस्लामिक फिक के अंदर एक प्रिंसिपल होता है, इफ यू कैन डू समथिंग टुडे, डू इट टुडे. ठीक है ना? डोंट से कि यार नो आई कांट डू दिस. सो फॉलोइंग दिस प्रिंसिपल, ठीक है ना, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू हैव टू स्टेट द ट्रूथ, तो हमारे जो स्कॉलर्स उनको बोले यार तुम गलत कर रहे हो, तुम झूठे आदमी हो, तुम गलीज आदमी हो, तुम ना बोलो. इफ यू डोंट से इट ना, नहीं यार अभी हिकमत है, डोंट से इट, दिस इज रॉन्ग. दे आर अब्यूजिंग देयर ओन प्रिंसिपल्स दैट दे हैव टू फॉलो, दैट दे स्टडीड देयर होल लाइफ बिकमिंग अ
जो
स्कॉलर. ठीक है ना? तो असूल फिक के अंदर एक प्रिंसिपल होता है कि ना, डू इट टुडे वट एवर यू कैन डू. वो जो है ना, वो जो है ना, नाइकी वालों ने इसको कॉपी किया, जस्ट डू इट. मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ जस्ट डू इट. ठीक है ना? इसको ठीक है ना, इस दिस
मैं
देयर इज प्रिंसिपल.
उसमें
मैं पूरा आर्टिकल लिख रहा हूँ, समझना. उसमें मैं थोड़ा ह्यूमर भी डालूंगा कि नाइकी ने दे कॉपीड दिस फ्रॉम असूल अल फिक इन इस्लाम, कि जो है ना, जस्ट डू इट. ठीक है ना? सो आई एम गोना टेल यू समथिंग व्हिच इज लाइक बेस्ड ऑन इस्लामिक प्रिंसिपल. इन दुनिया इट इज कॉल्ड नाइकी का जस्ट डू इट. ठीक है ना? सो मैं तुमको बताता हूँ क्या है. वॉच द वीडियोस एंड जस्ट मूव फॉरवर्ड.
मैं आपको बताता हूँ. मैं डॉकर पढ़ना शुरू किया मुझे उसमें.
Listen, listen. What did I just said? You open the वो डॉकर्स पढ़ा, देखा देखा देखा. काम पे भी हो ना, काम कर रहे हो, प्लम्बरिंग का काम कर रहे हो, गाड़ी चला रहे हो, कुछ भी कर रहे हो, जस्ट कीप ऑन लिसनिंग. आगे चले जाओ. ठीक है ना? एक लेक्चर को एक एक दो दफा सुन के आगे चले जाओ, बस. ठीक है? व्हाट आई सेड जस्ट कर लो.
अच्छा.
इतना काम कर लो. तुम 1-2 हफ्ते के बाद, और तुम्हारा जो है ना अयाज, तुम्हारे CV के ऊपर भी मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. वो तो मैं आज तुम्हें मैं जल्दी देता हूँ CV. ठीक है ना? तुम्हारा पहले निकालता हूँ क्योंकि तुम बहुत परेशान हो. Just complete it and move forward. And then start applying for jobs. Then come to me कि यार असल में जॉब हो गई. बोलूँगा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. But then go back and then revise it.
मेरे ज़हन में सर एक ये बात भी रुकी हुई है जिस पे मैं अक्सर कई चीज़ों पे फंस जाता हूँ जाके, और आगे नहीं निकल पाती चीज़ें. अभी मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि मेरे पास एक्सेस नहीं है, मैंने कोई ट्रैक अभी नहीं परचेज किया हुआ, तो मैं इंटर्नशिप के लिए आ जाऊँगा. मतलब मुझे एक्सपीरियंस, मैं नाफी के साथ इसलिए हूँ कि मुझे एक्सपीरियंस मिल रहा है. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी मेरी है. सही है. तो क्योंकि मैं जब भी किसी जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करूंगा तो मेरे पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होगा, तो वो कहेगा मुझसे पूछते ही है क्या कर रहे थे।
उस्मान,
ठीक है।
उस्मान, मैं तुम्हें सब बता चुका हूँ तुम्हें क्या करना है, ठीक है ना। मैं जो मुझसे हो सकेगा ना मैं तुम्हारे लिए कर लूँगा, ठीक है। दिस इज ऑल व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू सजेस्ट टू यू, बट आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क यू, ठीक है ना। वो तुम्हारा जो एक्सेस है मैं उसका भी बंदोबस्त कर लेता हूँ, बिकॉज यू पेड सम फीस पे तुम नहीं कर सके, वट एवर द केस वॉज। ये होता नहीं है, आई एम गोइंग टू पे इट फॉर माई ओन पॉकेट। आज मैं ट्रेनर्स के साथ बैठा हुआ था, आई एम फास्टिंग राइट नाउ, ठीक है ना। ट्रेनर्स को अगर हम किसी को भी अपने पास से पढ़ाते हैं ना, वी हैव टू पे देम फ्रॉम आवर ओन पॉकेट्स, बिकॉज दे कैन सी कौन स्टूडेंट आया, कौन रजिस्टर्ड हुआ, किसके पास हुआ, कितना उसने पढ़ा, क्या पढ़ा, उसके पैसे मुझे चाहिए। दे हैव टू बी पेड एंड
नहीं
दे आर
बिल्कुल, मैं इससे डिसएग्री नहीं करता। थोड़ा सा सर मैं
ठीक है ना।
पेमेंट करने के लिए भी हक में हूँ, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेंसिव है और थोड़ा सा मुझे
अगेन,
अब पता
इफ यू
क्या
थिंक
चला।
तुमने तुमने अगर तुम समझ रहे हो कि तुमने डिग्री करके वो कर लिया, अगर तुमने तो उनको कितने पैसे दिए?
सर मैं अभी भी बिल्कुल अच्छे पैसे दिए उनको मैंने,
कितने
और
पैसे, मुझे बताओ कितने पैसे दिए?
तकरीबन 12 से 15 हज़ार लग गए थे सर।
ठीक है ना, ठीक है ना, तुम 12 से 15 हज़ार उनको दे चुके हो। वो जो तुमने लर्निंग वहां की है वर्सेस यहाँ की है, अगर तुम सिर्फ वही करके, तुम्हारी क्लास में कोई बच्चा है जिसकी जॉब हुई है?
हुई है सर, नाइजीरियंस की हुई है, कोई एक डेवलपर था उसकी हुई है।
वो नाइजीरियंस जो है ना, नाइजीरियंस वो बड़े मशहूर हैं अमेरिका यूके में, मैं रहा हूँ भाई। वो वर्क परमिट निकलवा लेते हैं 2 नंबर करके।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, वो निकलवा रहे थे।
मुझे पता है ना, मैं तो 10 साल मैंने गुजारे वहां पर। वो जाली काम करते हैं सारा, ठीक है। काउंटर फिट का काम माहिर है वो, ठीक है ना। दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम। उनके ऊपर तो मैं कुछ नहीं कहूँगा। तुम तो मुसलमान हो ना, तुम्हें हलाल काम करना है, राइट। मेरे
और मुझे सर
नाइजीरियन, ठीक है, कल
अब
भी
ये लग रहा है कि
गानियन के साथ एक मीटिंग है जो गाना में वो कर रहा है। बट द पॉइंट इज कि मैं तुम्हें एक बता रहा हूँ, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू व्हाट नीड्स टू बी डन, ठीक है ना। सो यू जस्ट हैव टू फॉलो द पाथवे, जस्ट फॉलो द पाथवे, ठीक है। आई एम गोइंग टू डू समथिंग फॉर यू, बट दिस इज द मैक्स आई कैन डू। आफ्टर दैट आई कांट डू एनीथिंग। अब ये नहीं कि दूसरे सुन के बोलेंगे मेरे लिए भी कुछ कर लो, मैं नहीं कर सकता किसी के लिए सब कुछ। इट्स इम्पॉसिबल। ओनली अल्लाह कैन डू व्हाट ही कैन डू, बिकॉज दैट इज द जॉब ऑफ अल्लाह, दैट इज नॉट माई जॉब। अगर मैं सोचूं ना कि यार क्या होगा, आई कांट डू। मुझे इतना डिप्रेशन होता है एक बात के ऊपर कि हम कुरान पढ़ते हैं और नहीं सुनते, ठीक है ना। और सब ये सोशल मीडिया पे झूठ बोलने सब कुछ कर रहे हैं। मैं शक्लें देखता हूँ उन लोगों की और मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है। मैं कहता हूँ इनका इनका चेहरा किसी को पता नहीं है, अजीब लोग हैं यार ये लोग। और लोग बोलते हैं सुबहान अल्लाह, माशाअल्लाह, ये वो फलाना फलाना, सब उनको वो कर रहे होते हैं। मैं खामोश, मैं कहता हूँ देखो यार अजीब। लेकिन अब मैंने इसको करना छोड़ दिया क्योंकि दैट इज नॉट माई जॉब। अल्लाह नोज व्हाट इज इनसाइड द हार्ट्स, ठीक है ना। सो अल्लाह विल डील विद देम, ठीक है। एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दीज पीपल जो ना उम्मत में मसला है। ये हमारे स्कॉलर्स भी बड़े बड़े हैं, मैं नाम नहीं लेता, ठीक है। बड़े बड़े स्कॉलर्स भी उसमें शामिल है, बड़े बड़े स्कॉलर। मैंने नाम लिया ना, तुम लोगों लगे यार इतना बड़ा स्कॉलर, तुम क्या बात कर रहे हो, तुम तो खुद स्कॉलर नहीं बने। मैंने कहा भाई बन रहा हूँ। ये भी पता है मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि ये बोलते थे आप स्कॉलर हैं। बोला नहीं, जाओ पहले स्कॉलर बन के आओ फिर बात करना। मैंने कहा अच्छा। जब वो डिबेट में हार रहे होते थे ना, बोला ये क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम, अजीब बात कर रहे हो। मैंने कहा ठीक है सही, मैं तुमको बन के दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है ना। अगर यही बात है ना, मैंने कहा भाई मुझे इस सवाल का जवाब दो, व्हाई यू नॉट सेइंग द ट्रूथ on this member, you're sitting here, this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, what are you doing? And he'll just look at my face, okay. But the point is, that is the problem. So don't come to me, everyone else. This is a special case. So Ayaz Hussain, I'm going to do something for you inshallah, and I'm going to try my level best, do whatever I can so that I can get into the industry. Now for all those other people, they have to go through the proper system inshallah, okay. Chana jazakallah khair, I have to go now. Inshallah, I will talk to all of you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yusuf, can you please join me in the other meeting?